Hello and welcome to your monthly numerology here at Readings at the Round Table. I'm Jennifer and this is your monthly numerology for November 2024. I love this. I do. I love that the numerology for November and December is always the same monthly numerology as it is in January and February of the next year. The reason why I love that is because we're sort of carrying over a little bit of the energy from the previous year, moving into a new year with a new number, because 2025 is a 9-year. Currently, 2024 is an 8-year. 44 8-year is what I say. There's some people with numerology that don't feel that way. That's fine. To each his own. But this is a 44 8-year, and moving into 2025 is a 9-year. So it is going to be the same, but a little bit different feeling of the vibration with the numbers that you have for November as in January. So, but it's carrying the same energy over so that you can kind of clear the energy, move into something new, while still bringing a little bit of the old with you. You know, making yourself comfortable, I guess I should say. So for November, we've got a few things happening, some interesting things happening astrologically. On November 1st, we start the month off with a new moon in Scorpio. New moon in Scorpio hits its peak at 8:47 a.m. on November 1st. So not only is it happening on the first day of the month, but it's also happening first thing in the morning. So I really do love this. And by the way, that is 8:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when it hits its peak. On November 2nd, we have Mercury moving into Sagittarius. Now, this is not the worst place for Mercury, but it is certainly not its favorite place because Mercury rules Gemini, which opposes Sagittarius. And so it's feeling a little bit uneasy because it's opposing something that it rules. However, here's the kicker. Jupiter is currently in Gemini. Guess who it rules? Sagittarius. So, and that's the more modern version of astrology. If you're looking at the traditional, it's a different ruler, but this is what we're going with. So Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Mercury rules Gemini, and they're opposing each other. So this is going to be real entertaining for a minute. That's what I'm going to go with, entertaining. On the 3rd of November, we have Mars moving into Leo. Mars does enjoy being in fire signs. I mean, it rules Aries. So Mars does enjoy being in Leo. It's a good time. On the 11th, Venus moves into Capricorn. Again, not a horrible place for Venus. Its worst place is in Virgo, and who can blame it? I mean, I have a Virgo sun. I can't blame Venus for that. But definitely, it's not a horrible place for Venus. So again, we're just still dealing with a lot of the planets are moving into places that are not the worst, but maybe not their most favorite. On the 15th, we have a full moon in Taurus. The full moon hits its peak at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also on the same day, Saturn goes direct in Pisces. So that Saturn is currently in, again, not the worst place for Saturn, but certainly not its most favorite. But it's giving us a little bit of a boost on our discipline. Now that Saturn is moving direct, it's giving us just a little bit of a boost in our discipline because going retrograde in a water sign, it's already feeling a little weird in that water sign. And now it's going retrograde. It's just like, okay, this is good. But going direct, it is going to give us that boost in our discipline that I do feel like we need. On the 19th, Pluto moves back into Aquarius. Now, I haven't looked ahead into 2025 that deeply, but I do not believe that Pluto goes retrograde into Capricorn again. I think Pluto is here stationing in Aquarius for the next 20 years. Pluto does not fully leave Aquarius until 2044. So we're in this for the long haul. Yeah, I kind of dig that. Now, on the 21st, we have the sun moving into Sagittarius. All right, Sag season. I mean, I love all those Sagittarius out there just like, oh, celebrate good times. I know, you're in it. On the 25th, we have just a little bit of a curveball, but not a huge one, because we deal with this a few times a year. Mercury goes retrograde. It's okay. We're going to be okay. We are. Just make sure you read the fine print. Make sure you double check everything. It's going to be all right. It's a few weeks out of the year. Like, what is this, the third time or the fourth time we've had Mercury retrograde this year? I know. It's not horrible, and I'm double ruled by Mercury. We can get through this. And it's after the election, so we should be clear. Hopefully. Well, the election here in the U.S., just FYI. And it's really gearing us up for this holiday season. Mercury retrograde, mix up in communication. Please double check with your guests. Please double check with everything that's going on. And please double check like prices and your money situation as we move into the holiday season. More on that in just a second. Now, at the end of the month, we're ending with 3 planets and North Node in fire. We have 3 planets and South Node in air. 2 planets in earth and 2 planets in water. So it's pretty balanced. I mean, we're in a pretty balanced situation, I feel like. More so than we have been like some parts of this year. But I'm really digging this. I feel like this is going to be a fantastic month. Now, I want to tell you about the stone that I have picked for this month. Or maybe it picked me. I don't know. But I want to talk to you about this lovely, lovely crystal stone, however you want to put it, and see what you think. Okay, so the one that I picked is sodalite. Sodalite is such a fantastic stone. I mean, look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. And look at how many different sorts of like, I want to say like variations we have. Okay, we have some darker ones, we have some lighter ones with more of the like the white veining in it. I have some rough and some polished here, some smooth. This is like one of the prettiest like examples. I love this. Look at the browns and the blacks and the whites and the blues, and it predominantly is a blue stone. But wow, 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 wow. The thing about this bracelet I really want to show you is, do you see like all the variations that are in this bracelet? That is fantastic examples of like all the variations that you can get in sodalite. I know. And this, I can't help it. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? I know you can see the reflections of my lights, but isn't that just a gorgeous piece? And of course, we have like the ones that are, don't roll off. Don't roll off. Stay right there. We have the lighter ones that does have, you can still see the little bit of brown in it, but the lighter ones are still, I mean, so pretty. I even brought out a wand, you know, a wand, a heart, some polished, some of the more like rough stones. I have a lot of these. I really like sodalite. So let me tell you why I like sodalite so much. So one of the things that I really, when I was looking up, and I got several different books here. One book that I pulled from was Crystal Therapy by one woman that we don't speak of a lot. And the other one is Judith Lukomsky. I think I'm saying that right, but Crystal Therapy. It is a fantastic book if you can get your hands on it. The definition that I really love is helps you release control issues, increases psychic awareness, and is wonderful. It is a wonderful third eye stone. Seriously, that is fantastic. And I think that releasing control issues during this time of Mercury going retrograde is going to be really important. It also helps clear electromagnetic stress. So being around like your computers or being on your phone all the time or having to use your GPS, this is a good time to like use some of this stuff. Use sodalite to help clear out some of this stuff. This is great for building self-esteem, self-acceptance, self-trust. It relieves panic attacks, phobias, guilt, mental confusion. I think that is amazing. I really do. This stone helps to stimulate the pineal and pituitary glands, and it harmonizes with the third eye and deepens meditation to understand the circumstances in which you find yourself. Again, we're entering into the holiday season, especially here in the U.S. because we have Thanksgiving before we run into Christmas. It helps to eliminate confusion and intellectual bondage. It releases mental conditioning and rigid beliefs, creating space to put new insights into practice, bringing about emotional balance. I love that. It transforms a defensive or overly sensitive personality and releasing core fears and control mechanisms and integrating the shadow qualities. It's useful for groups. It brings harmony and solidarity of purpose, stimulating trust and companionship and encouraging interdependence. Sodalite clears, again, electromagnetic pollution and can be placed on computers. I think this is such a wonderful thing. I do. I love this. I love this stone. I think it's wonderful. And this is the other book that I use, The Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall. Highly recommend this book. I have a couple of copies of this. Can't get away from it. I know. I love it. I do recommend it to everyone. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is I am going to be pulling from 2 decks of cards today. I'm going to be pulling from Moonology, the Oracle cards, and the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck, so that we can get some advice for your individual monthly numerology. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to November. I'm really looking forward to revisiting this monthly numerology when we move into a 9-year and seeing what the difference is, what the vibration is going to be like, because with this month in particular, we have a lot of planets that are starting to move into into new signs. They're going direct. They're starting to go direct. Mercury's going retrograde. It's a lot of energy, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the numerology looks like for you in January under the different vibration of a 9-year. I know. So excited. All right, stick around. Let's see what your individual numerology is for your life path. And so we can get through the last of this 8-year. Hello, Life Path 1. November. Okay, so November for you is an 11-2 month. That means that you're going to be feeling both vibrations of the 11 and the 2. Not bad. It's just, they're kind of similar, but just a little bit, like 11 is just a little bit more intense. Okay? So for you, you're going to be feeling that time of like love and harmony and diplomacy. It's going to push you to feel like get in balance with things, relationships, family, romantic relationships, business, or even friendships. You're going to be looking to have that kind of balance with people in your partnerships. And honestly, it's not just with people here, Life Path 1. You're also going to be looking for a work-home balance. You're going to be looking for a balance between your family and your obligations to your business, to your community, to your friends, whatever. But you are going to be looking for that balance, and I almost want to say cooperation, because you're looking for everyone else to understand that you have other obligations, that it's not just, they're not the only part of your life. They're an important part. Everyone's an important part, right? But they're not the only ones. It's hard to do, especially when you have kids. But it's hard to do with a spouse or with friends. It is challenging. I know. But I feel like this is a great time for you, because the lesson of the 2 is, how do we cooperate, love, connect, and open our hearts without losing ourselves? And I think that is a huge component here, is that you don't want to just be like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice myself entirely for the good of the holiday season, for making sure everybody else feels comfortable and not feeling comfortable yourself. That's not really where we need to be, Life Path 1. The mantra of the 2 is, with an open heart, I joyously receive and offer infinite love. And let me tell you, you cannot give from an empty cup. You have to receive in order to give. Just FYI. The shadow of a 2 is being indecisive, overly sensitive, tactless, becoming the martyr, or having that victim mentality, and placing others above the self. It's definitely part of that 2 energy, where you have to learn, or you're feeling the need to make sure that you maintain your individuality while being a part of a couple, a part of a group, a part of a family, a part of a business, but that you're maintaining your individuality. And by that, I mean your integrity, and maybe even like your sense of morality. So that being said, I want to tell you a bit about the vibration of the 11 as well. So the 11, the mantra of the 11 is, I am divine inspiration, making a difference in the world today, which is huge. It's huge. And I do feel like, as a 1, you are here to make a difference in the world. You are. With the lesson of the 11 is embracing humility, altruism, and the willingness to convert fantasy into action. Now, here's where this is right up a 1's alley, okay? The vibration of the 11, anybody who is an 11, or if we're in an 11 month like you are, or an 11 year, we're feeling that enlightenment. We're feeling that intuition. We're creating new ways of communicating. We're like trying to help out others, embrace them, meeting them where they are. But it's also a time of powerful creativity, which again is who you are, Life Path 1. You have a lot of creativity flowing through you. The time of the 11 is being able to convert dreams into reality. So whatever you've been dreaming about, whatever you've been like thinking about, and just saying, okay, I've put this on the shelf. I've been thinking about this for a long time. I've been like working through some of the hot spots. I've been working through some of the wrinkles here, and I think I've got it. I think I'm ready to go with it. Now's a great time for you to convert those dreams into reality. And with this being an 8-year, yeah, it's time to go for the gold, because 8 is all about manifesting. It's all about the abundance of time, energy, money. Yeah. So this is a great time of accepting the divine inspiration that's coming in. And you'll see that people who are 11s are usually clairaudient, or they're clairvoyant sometimes, but they have a really, really strong intuition. And this is adding layers to you this month, where you may be opening yourself up more to your intuition. I love that. I really do. Because this is a time of inspiration. This is a time of illumination. And I think that this is just it's a wonderful, wonderful month for you to be stepping into it, because we're going to revisit this month for you in January, but under a bit of a different umbrella, because we're going to be in a 9-year. And that does change the vibration of the year. So some of the shadow sides of an 11 is you can feel too sensitive during this time. There's a lot of nervous tension in the air. You can also have some impractical thoughts. So it's important to stay grounded, and trouble embracing humility, getting around the status quo, just being like, well, that's how it's always been done. And I will tell you, you don't want to ignore your intuition during this time, because for people that are an 11, if they ignore their intuition for too long, it causes them to have like a lot of issues, like headaches, like migraines, like gallstones, kidney stones, just any kind of physical problems like autoimmune issues. But since this is a month for you and not your life path, it may trigger some of these feelings where you don't feel good if you're not listening to your intuition. You feel tired, you feel the fatigue, you feel that headache coming on. But this isn't like a long-term effect for you, but it could be a short-term thing like coming up to the surface. So just be aware of that. And I just want to remind you, because you are amazing, and I just want to clear these cards again, because I already cleared them once, but you know how I am. Let's just go ahead and clear them again. But you are amazing because you're all about courage. You're all about initiative. You're all about your own individuality already. I mean, you're definitely a go-getter, and I think this is a wonderful time for you to like take some of those ideas that you've put on the shelf, take some of those ideas down, and just be like, okay, which way do I need to go? What do I need to do? Like, how do I need to proceed here? Because I want to do this thing now. I want to do this idea. I want to take this dream and make it into reality. I'm ready to take that first step into something new. So I don't know what you're doing, Life Path 1. I mean, you could be writing a book, starting a show, getting a promotion, getting a new certification, or you could just be like getting a promotion where you are, starting a family. That's a promotion. I mean, or painting a room in your house. There's a lot of layers here. So you're receiving a lot of inspirational ideas, and I think this is a great time for you to explore them. Yeah. All right. Let's see what kind of advice cards we get for you. Ooh, can you see that? Let me hold it up this way. Ishtar. Well, let's see if we can get it in focus. Ishtar, boundaries. I like that. Apparently Mouse likes it too, because here he comes. I do just want to tell you, like, I want to remind you some of your shadow side, just to like make sure that we're embracing it but not living in it. Some of your shadow sides is isolation, insecurity, and doubt. And you know, when you start to feel those things, some people like see it as lazy or aggressive or even selfishness, because you're just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to back down. This may not be the time for you to spend a lot of time in the doubt or isolation, and just go, okay, let's just see what happens. Let's just open ourselves up to this amazing, inspiring idea and like work with spirit cooperatively. What do you think, Mouse? I think he's happy. Ooh. It did go into a focus. Look at that. Disseminating moon. Take time out to breathe. That is actually really good. And maybe that's why I was led to say that about your shadow side, like right when I did. Because the disseminating moon, taking time out to breathe, that's what you need to do when you're feeling that insecurity, when you're feeling that self-doubt. Okay, Ishtar, love yourself enough to say no to others' demand on your time and energy. An excellent advice card for this holiday season, especially if you're starting something new and you need to spend some time on, what's happening with you. But again, not in a selfish way. We can overshoot that too. Okay, where is this? Ah, there we go. Okay. Let me get this into focus. Love this. Oh, good. Now the cords are falling. Okay. Take time out to breathe. Disseminating moon. The intensity of the full moon has abated. And what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Wow. Have faith. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. That's true. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles, not circles, cycles. I am where I am, and it's okay. Well, I definitely love this for you, Life Path 1. I am looking forward to seeing how December and January go for you. Well, for all of us, but I love this energy for you, Life Path 1. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for just being so supportive of my channel. I do appreciate you guys that are still here after my 4-month sabbatical. And I look forward to seeing you in December and all through 2025. So until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.